Question of the day: how to be concise? Child, hell if I know, because I talk too much, but let's try to figure it out anyway. Shannan Johnson, CEO of The Professional Pen, where we develop screenwriters from idea to pitch. Need help on your screenplay? Go to www.theprofessionalpen.com. How to be concise? Great question, because screenwriters have to be concise. It is our job to be concise in everything. Our log lines can only be 1 to 2 lines. Our pitch deck should only be about 10 pages. Our treatment should only be about 10 or 15 pages. Our screenplays are only allowed to be a certain amount of pages depending upon what category they're in. And writers are always wondering, how am I supposed to get all of that information onto the page? And it's going to take some practice at being concise. But one of the notes that I will give is it's not your job to tell everything and describe everything. So we talk about showing and not telling a lot in screenplays. And so you can probably go through your script and ask yourself, if the audience, not the reader, if the audience cannot physically see it on the screen or audibly hear it, then they will not receive the information. So you might as well take it out of your screenplay. Take it out. They're not going to receive it anyway, right? Your job is to figure out how they can receive it. A lot of the times it means that you haven't beat it out into the scene. You haven't put it in dialogue. You haven't put it in their physical action. So that's what you need to do. And sometimes it's they wouldn't receive it. Nobody's ever going to get it. So you can just take it out of the screenplay. The second part of that is you're probably describing every little thing, and that's unnecessary as well. Your job is to give us the context, the feeling of what's happening here. And then there are other collaborators like the set designer that can really figure out the space. Your job is to tell us what has to be here, right? You're not writing a novel, so you don't have to paint the full picture. You're just giving bits and pieces of information so the set designer can then create, right? The same thing is true. You don't have to put every single direction in there. Cut to, zoom in, etc. Because the director is going to decide which angles, which cameras, how they're going to tell the story. Your job is to tell the story. The director's job is to figure out how to tell the story. So you can probably remove a lot of that as well. Last thing I'm going to add is write in active tense. So instead of is walking, walks. Begins to eat, eats, right? Don't tell us things that they're about to do. So remove any about to, begins to, starts, and you will begin to see, you will see that your sentences are going to get shorter. Happy writing.
The professional pen. The professional